Welcome back to Hoppline with a quick Q&A on foil drive. Hands down, every time I walk to the beach, I get a million questions. And in this video, I'm just trying to cover most of the topics. So let's get right into it. Small disclaimer up front, I'm not paid by Foil Drive. I'm trying to be unbiased, which is not easy because I really like the product and I love what it does for me. I bought the first unit from my own money. I made a few videos. I became a brand ambassador for Foil Drive, but nevertheless, I'm trying to be honest to myself and honest to you. So this is as unbiased as I can be. So pretty much always the first question when I walk on the beach is, wow, is this an eFoil? Like, they might not be using the phrase eFoil, but they might ask for a motor, a battery and an engine. And I'm saying yes and no. It depends a little bit on the person I'm talking to. If it's someone who's a little bit more familiar, I'm going a little bit more into details. But if it's just a random person, I'm saying, yeah, it's an eFoil, goodbye, see you later. But for me, it's actually not an eFoil, or only at a certain stage. So, and this might be different from what Foil Drive is saying. I'm a Foil Drive ambassador, but this is my own review and what I experience the assist system is for me. It's only a system, an eFoil system that assists my foiling. So eFoiling is only a small part, a fraction what I'm actually doing on the foil. It allows me to get on foil and then do something totally different. I could be winging, I could be pumping, I could be learning new tricks, or like me most of the time, trying to catch waves. And I'm using the slim, only the smallest battery actually, and I'm just trying to get on foil. So I'm only eFoiling for 10 to 15 seconds and then I'm doing something totally different. So is it an eFoil? Yes, for me it's an assist system, but that might be a little bit hard to explain to most people on the beach. Second question, and I think it's the totally wrong question, is about the money, about the price. How much did you pay for it? And the quick answer would be, it starts off at 4,800 euros for the slim with a small battery and goes up to 5,800 euros if you max it out on the max with a big battery. But I think, like I said, it's the wrong question. The question should rather be, what does it do for you at such a high price? And the answer is, it does a lot. And if you put it into a perspective of how much money you pay or how much money you're losing on your investment once you sell it again, and what it does for you, your learning curve, and for surfing, and how many days and hours it buys you on the water, it's a bargain. So we just had a really long period without wind, and the Foil Drive allowed me to still get on water, buying me time on the water, and especially buying me time in the wake and the wave behind boats. And this is where my learning curve just goes up so steep, because it takes some time to get on water and it takes some time to get on a wave. If you've been out prone surfing and you stay in the water for like an hour and a half and you get back, you might have caught maybe 5 waves, and then on 2 you crashed. And the first one where your foot position is right, where you're doing some clean calves, that's not very often. And with a Foil Drive, I can repeat this moment. I can look at my feet, I can place my feet correctly, and I can redo the moment until I think it's perfect or getting me closer to a point where I want to be. So price is an issue for a lot of people, but if you put it into a perspective of what it does for you, I think that's the far more interesting question. So question number 3 is usually, how long does the battery last? And it depends on your system. If you're having the max with a max battery, it's I think more than an hour of ride time for most of the people. It depends on your user case and how much you are familiar with the system. You can actually extend your run time enormously by being more precise in your steering and just more efficient. For me, I'm using the slim with the smallest battery most of the time, and I'm getting roughly 25 starts with 30 to 45 seconds after the start to approach a tanker or a boat and get into the wake. So I usually get a 2.5 hour session out of the slim with the smallest battery, and that's more than enough to get me totally exhausted. Question number 4, and we all know this one, if you're out with a fancy gadget, someone's gonna walk up to you and asking you if you can have a go. Can I have a try? I've got like a surfy background, and I'm usually saying, really polite, I'm saying, no, sorry, this is hard to learn, this is fragile, it's really expensive. And it's not really expensive, it's not really fragile, and it's not hard to learn. So now that I have a second system, I'm actually thinking about taking people out. I will take a few of my mates and friends out for sure, because sharing the stoke is always better than being on your own. But I might just take out some random people approaching me, because it's so much fun seeing someone coming back from his first session, even if it's only for 10 to 20 minutes, with such a massive smile. So things are about to change. Question number 5, and that's a quick one. What's the weight? And I usually don't have an answer. I'm not sure. I think it's around 17.5 kilograms, but I have to put it on a scale. I just make people lift it and they are surprised how light it is, including the battery and the motor. So for a system and for what it allows me, I think that's pretty light. Question number 6, does it fit in your car? No, it doesn't. I have to take it apart. It's easy to take apart, but I actually, most of the time, I just leave it like it is. I take out the battery, put it in a board bag and put it on top of my car on the roof rack. It takes me a minute and a half to put it on the roof rack, and to drive to the beach at 3 minutes. And I made it from leaving my home to being in the water with engaging the battery and actually changing some settings. I made it in 6 minutes, and that's pretty sweet. Question number 7, where can I buy it? And that's an easy one. If you go to foildrive.com, there's a dealer button right in the center of the menu on the website, and it shows you all the dealer locations around the world. You just have to enter your postal code and all the dealers pop up. There's actually 6 or 7 in Germany already, making it really convenient to get a foil drive and maybe some spare parts later on. So that's an easy one. Question number 8, and this one's a little bit harder. Can I test ride a foil drive? Yes, you can. There's a lot of festivals all around the world. Just check foildrive.com, the website, or look at the Instagram and social media channels. There's a lot of announcements for festivals that are coming up. That's the easiest way to test a foil drive for free. You could contact your local dealer. They do sometimes stock some test materials as well. And if you see someone with a foil drive somewhere and you approach them and be really nice and really kind, they might let you have a go, because we're all happy to share the stock. Question number 9, is there a lot of maintenance involved in owning a foil drive? And actually there's not. If you just rinse it with a little bit of sweet water once you have been on the salt water, and a little bit of lubrication here and there now and then, that's pretty much all you have to do. Question number 10, the last one for today. Are you willing to sell your foil drive to me? And sorry, I'm not. I'm way too much enjoying having a foil drive, and I'm using it way more often than I thought I would. So I'm really sorry, it's not for sale. So these were the top 10 questions I get asked on the beach pretty much every time. If you have more questions, feel free to use the comments and I'll get back to you. I do actually spend a lot of time on the foil drive, maintaining my foil drive, so if there's anything you want to know, I'm more than happy to help you. And don't forget to subscribe, there's a lot of more foil drive content coming up, and hopefully I'm going to see you back on this channel very soon. Take care.